is now. I keep forgetting to hit that stupid button. It's just a thing that says start. The start button. Well, the net started, but the YouTube didn't. So here we are. This is K4PW. If you were wondering what was going on, I'm trying to think if they saw that or not. No, not if it wasn't streaming. It wasn't. But anyway, now we got it. Thanks, Michael. Should have texted him. By the way, we had a great series of nets on digital. We had 5 people on DMR. I believe we had 5 on D-Star, and we had, I think it was 10 on C4FM. Was that right, Michael?
11.
No, you lie, man. Okay, 11 on C4FM. It's under dispute, though, and we're going to take it to the judges. That's pretty good, 11 on C4FM. You might call C4FM the Ford of ham radio digital. Because there's more Fords than anything. All righty. Any other announcements? Okay, we're going to start right in then. We're starting from the north. This is net number 1,155. But we're going to start with people short on time, mobile, or first time check-in first. So let's go there. I don't know if there was more than one, but we got Whiskey, Yankee, Ford, Golf, Jeff, everything all right. I heard you earlier, you're a little bit tired and probably going to bed.
That's it. Yeah, I've been up since about 2:30 this morning, so I worked today, so I'm kind of just, brain dead and exhausted and all that stuff, so I just want to get checked in before I fall asleep.
I got the plan, man. You got to go to the Naval Observatory, Washington, D.C., where they keep the master clock there, not the one out in Colorado. And you can get your clock reset, so they don't have to get up at 2 in the morning.
Well, I don't think I can reset that biological clock.
Oh, they can do anything at the Naval Observatory. That's where Kamala used to live.
Well, I think J.D. Vance and his family lives there now, don't they?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Must be nice to have nice digs like that. Anyway, nothing else for the net, Jeff?
No, that's it, Paul. I'll just go ahead and get out of here, and I'll let you continue on. So have a good night. Hope your wife 4G.
Yeah, that was Jeff, Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf up in Madison. I've only dropped that piece of paper about 7 times for you guys who are watching. Anyway, that was Jeff, Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. Good signal, Jeff. And have a good night. Who else is short on time mobile or first time checking?
KN4 TJF.
KN4TJ. You get a good signal tonight, Rick.
Hey, you too, Paul. Sound good.
I don't know. Something must be wrong.
I know it. Conditions must be flowing the wrong way.
They're going good. See, Mike didn't warn you that you're going to have to be a hardware specialist if you get sick.
Yeah, I know. I got that feeling he's going to, put it on me here before long and tell me I got to do this stuff.
He said you need a case of that WD-40.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to go to his work to get what he needs to keep him lubricated.
I'm telling you, it's not funny, but I've never seen that many screws in a human body before.
Paul, I've got a ton of them in my neck, but nothing like him. It's amazing, man. Oh, my God. I can't even believe he can move.
Well, like I said, man, your brother, an ordinary man, couldn't take it.
That's right.
Anyway, anything else for the net, Rick?
No, appreciate what you do, though, man. Thanks for checking me in. KN4TJF. Thank you, Paul.
Very good. That was Rick out in the hinterlands there, west, KN4TJF, west of Ashland City. Well, actually overlooking Ashland City, I believe, up in the mountains. Who else is short on time mobile or first time checking?
Kilo November 4 Echo Whiskey Tango.
Hey, very good. How are you doing tonight? Man, I'll get your name right one of these days. I forget.
It's Thomas, buddy. I'm doing all right, just out here running pizzas, and I'm actually in a really doggone good spot to get a good clear signal with you. I think I missed you last weekend.
Yes, I believe you did. But I'm glad you're in there, Thomas. It's funny that I can't remember your name. I just have to get in a word association with that T at the end there. E-W-T, Thomas. How's that?
There you go, sir. Carry on. KN4 EWT, saving the world one pizza at a time.
Hey, listen. I don't think there's anything more delightful than a good pizza pie.
I don't disagree with you there.
Yeah, I don't know. If I was delivering pizza, only half of them would arrive.
Well, I've been doing it a little over a year, and I ain't burned out on it yet.
No, I know. I'm just just the smell of it in my vehicle drives me crazy. Anyway, appreciate you being in there, Thomas. He's over in over in the Lebanon area, delivering pizza, so he's mobile. And call in while he's working. KN4 Echo Whiskey Tango, and his name is Thomas. Who else is any place anywhere on a short on time mobile or first time checking? I hear somebody, but I have no audio. All I hear is breaking the squelch. Or Michael, do you copy them?
No, not at all.
Poop. Anybody copy that station? Oh, a mystery station. Well, somehow we got to figure out who that is. Or email me. Or email me. Just look at my call, K4PEWNQRZ, please. I'd like to know who that is. K4PEW at ARRL.net. Hey, K4PEW at ARRL.net. Hate to lose somebody out there in the breeze. Who else is short on time mobile or first time checking?
KC8NNO mobile.
Hey, it's starting to be a regular thing there, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't know. Twice in 1 week. Not a good sign here. Yeah, I heard you in here was mobiling it away up here, northbound Juliet Road towards Lebanon. We'll give it a listen in for a little bit on the way home. KC8NNO.
Cool. Everything going good with the family?
Yeah, doing all right. Just got back from the middle school performance there for their Halloween performance. KC8NNO.
I think the last time I saw them was up in Madison at that all-you-can-eat place, and they were just, I think that's where it was. I remember, I think it was, and it was, they were just little kids.
Yeah, definitely probably one of the ham Saturday breakfasts when we had it up there for sure. Yeah, definitely tried to make those a bunch, and I'll bring one or two of them into your Saturdays here, one of these weeks, months, or years here. KC8NNO, back to you.
I don't think I'd want to make them suffer through that, would you? No, we do all right. That was Jeff. Kilo Charlie 8, November Oscar, and he is mobiling back to the house here in northwest Mount Juliet. Who else is short on time mobile or first time checking? All righty, then we're going to start from the north. Please come now.
KB9RKK.
Good to see you this morning at breakfast, Frank.
Yes, sir. It's good to be there. That station you couldn't hear, they were transmitting digital.
That's why I couldn't decipher it. All I could hear was the noise. I didn't know that it was digital, though.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Okay. Well, I think they might have just been making a mistake there. I don't know how, but well, I know how they could do it, but I just, well, I'd like to know who that was. I hope he emails me. Of course, he wouldn't be able to hear me if he's stuck on digital, could he?
Depends on the radio. Some go back and forth on the receive.
Yeah, no, I realize it'll go either way. You're right, just like mine will. Just, I will see. He didn't know enough to put it on regular FM, though. Anything for the net tonight, Frank?
Negative, but think about it. If he was hearing you, that's how he knew to kid. But no, I've just been trying to do some of this DX stuff contest going on here, and we'll turn it back over to the net, KB9RKK.
Yeah, what you need is to get on one of those 10-meter repeaters, man, those big ones up there in wherever they are. That way you can do some real DX through a repeater.
Yeah, no. We actually had one in the Chicagoland area.
There was one up in New York. I'm not sure where it was. It was around New York City somewhere. I had the impression it was just north of the city, but I could reach it on some days from Florida.
Yeah, sometimes you would get people, when it was open, they would purposely hit it from outside, the area through the DX.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's I consider it a novelty, really. An FM repeater on 10 meters.
Yeah, to me it's actually kind of weird. But then again, we don't, I use them once in a while, mostly for nets and stuff. And I belong to the club, but we don't really use them much. So all of them are weird.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. Well, they're real useful when you're mobile, though, I'll tell you, as you know.
Absolutely, especially in a hilly area like this. When you're in farm fields, they were kind of funny, but when you're out over here, I could totally see a use for them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially, when you get into really mountainous areas, you can't really avoid it, I mean. But even so, the ones who, I'm told, out in California where they got them up in the mountains overlooking Los Angeles, they can cover half of California, I think.
Yeah, probably, and but you need it if mobile and even not mobile to just get over some of those mountains, and hills and everything. Come on, I mean, yeah, they have a use. They're useful, but yeah, it's good to do the Simplex too.
Well, I had a friend of mine who's still out there. He lives in Henderson, Nevada, and he put up some repeaters. I don't even know what the mountain was, but he even has a video of himself doing it. Kind of like a video edited going up the mountain in a truck, and it's got a road that gets up there. It's all the way to the top. It's like a 35-40 minute drive from his house with somebody else. They got all the way up to the top, and there's a shack up there, a concrete block shack, kind of like something you'd see in a military. And he forgot the keys to the door.
Oh no! Oh, I hate when stuff like that happens.
Anyway, I just thought it was funny. All things can go messed up, even your good plans, you just forget the keys. Anyway, that was Frank. You got anything else, Frank, before I jump out of here?
Negative. Turn it back over to you. KB9RKK.
Yep, that's Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo Kilo. Frank in northwest Mount Juliet. Who else is north?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Is your day going all right there, Greg?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, that repeater was up in the Catskills.
Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly where it was. Catskills would be good though, because it's a little better elevation than New York City, unless it was top of one of the big buildings there.
Yeah, it used to be, you hear them all the time. I don't scan that or monitor. They were on 2966. They may still be around, but I used to hear them all the time. And in fact, there was a lady, I think her name was Ellie, who was always parked on there.
Yeah, I had been on there. I just thought it was interesting that you could reach out that far on an FM repeater.
Yeah, they're kind of cool. And of course, we had one locally here for a while, and nobody used it. I think Joel and I used it once. I heard him calling out. Other than that, that was about the biggest. That was the big event that year on that one.
Well, that's kind of the oddity about repeaters. And again, everybody here has used repeaters or is using repeaters periodically, and it's not like it's unusual. It's just that they get so. If a oddball repeater gets a lot of activity, the repeater owner must go nuts. He goes, "What the hell's going on?" Yeah,
and that one of the Catskills was linked to other bands, so And then when I first started back in the 90s, in that previous century, there was a repeater in the Virgin Islands. It was kind of fun to use.
Oh wow, I don't know. I don't know. It's like having a short circuit to get something done when you'd rather enjoy the ride on the side roads,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll let you move on, Katie, from TV.
Yep, that's Greg, and he's in Hendersonville. I think there was a movie, The Hendersons. Was it something to do with what the hell was it? Bigfoot, I think. KD4 CVE. Greg, who else is north?
KD4GON.
KD4GON. How's it going, Danny? You sound good.
Oh, it's going all right. Trying to rest up.
I say I was wrong. You're a little bit kind of like scratchy, I don't know. It's like you're on an HT almost.
I know it. Frank was full scale. I can barely hear you.
That's weird. Just weird. Well, it's the same kind of thing. Here's Jeff over there in Madison could hear Rockville perfectly, but Mike and me, I couldn't hear him at all.
Right.
Anyway, everything going good?
That's it. I'll catch you on the next one. Before Joanne.
Very good. That's Danny. He's in Gallatin. No, he's not. He's in Station Camp. Excuse me. Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. Who else is north?
KD4 VW.
Hello, Carlin. Anything good going on in your sector?
Don't guess so. I was watching a little television in there a little bit.
Well, you can go ahead and get a big television if you want to.
Well, I got a 50-inch plasma in there, so.
Yeah, that's a pretty good size one. I saw the one I see. I don't know what I do with it because I rarely watch television. Is that 85-incher?
Well, they got them bigger than that now. I don't know. Anyhow, was watching The Fly. Tuned around, and I popped up on something on Comet, trying to figure out what the name of that is, because they've got it tagged as something else. I don't know what they're doing there. So, anyway, Hey, you doing okay down there?
Oh yeah. Well, let me ask you: is that the original Fly or the new Fly?
Oh, the original one, the one that's got Hedison in it from Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Oh, you're talking about the one that's from like 1950s or 60s, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, that one. It's got, what is his name? Can't think of his name now. Cannot think of that actor's name. Save my life. Got a mustache. He was in a lot of horror movies.
Oh, I can't think of his name either. Probably I'll think of it later. But that movie, when I was young, saw it at the theater, scared the living crap out of me.
Well, I didn't realize that the guy that played the guy that was making the teleporter, and then got turned into the fly head with the fly arm and stuff. I didn't know that was David Hedison from Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. And once Spenguli was talking about it and mentioned that, I thought, yeah, that's who he is. And when he was really young. So I guess that movie is probably maybe about 10 years before he got on that TV series.
Oh yeah, I guess so. I have to look that up. What I always image in my mind, what sticks out in my mind is when they had that transporter, that part of the movie, and then at the end of the movie when he's in the spider web and somebody crushes him with a rock and he's going, "Help me!"
Yep. Yeah, I think it was that policeman that was investigating the murder and stuff, and he found him in the spider web, and he couldn't believe it, and the spider was getting ready to get him. I wish I could think of that actor's name. He was in a whole lot of movies. Dadgummit. But anyway, I was watching that, and they're going to follow it up with the other Fly movie. I don't know which Fly movie. Seems like there was like 3 of those movies made, maybe. I think there was another one that had all the actors except 1 or 2 in it. And then there was, of course, the updated Fly from the one that they made, I think, in the 80s or something like that, which was a little bit more gory. His whole body turned into kind of like a fly. So I don't know. But anyway, I guess everything's going okay, and it's supposed to rain tonight. I didn't get to see no weather news tonight. They had the football worshiping going on all 3 of the networks, so that killed all of the any kind of news or any kind of weather or any kind of anything. So I guess we'll maybe see something after 10 o'clock something. But I think it's supposed to start raining sometime, and we're supposed to get pretty good rain out of this. They're talking like an inch, and I don't know, back towards Waverly like 1.5 inches.
Wow. Well, it's good for us. I think the new Fly movie is called Your Fly Is Down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, me. I don't know. Well, I'll hush up and let you get some more check-ins there. So, anyway, KD4VW, and I'm going to turn it back over to you, Paul.
Very good. That's Carlin, Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey, and he is in Angeltown, Bethpage vicinity. Who else? It's an undisclosed location. Who else is north?
KE4TWI.
Hello, Wes. What's up with you?
Well, things are good in Possum Town. I did hear something new today at 54 megahertz, right above 6 meters. Don't know if you ever listened up there.
Not usually. In fact, we're on 6 meters tonight, but is the band messed up?
Well, I was just above 6 meters at 54 something megahertz, and I heard a CB signal, a CB AM signal. It didn't make any sense. Why was a CB, and the guy was, your typical bombastic CB lingo. He was from Colorado. It didn't make any sense, and then it dawned on me. So I took the frequency and divided it by 2. Boom, it was in the CB band. Sure enough, I tuned down there, and he was like 60 over. So apparently harmonics are strong enough to bleed over with enough RF to propagate skywave at 54 megahertz. So that was a first for me. That amazed me. I'm not surprised. Probably around a kilowatt, but anyway. That was my new discovery today in RF, KE4TWI.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are the odds he didn't have an amp?
Oh, could you imagine what that looked like on a scope?
Well, again, he was doing a good job, whatever he was using.
Well, anyway, just as a part of the hobby, I like to listen. You tune up and around above and below the ham bands, and you find stuff. So anyway, that's about it from Possum Town. That's all I got. KE4TWI.
Well, that's enough. That's a good catch, though, on that CBer. The CBer, you can check him out in as two different contest entries, one on 6 meters and one on 10 meters. Well, not on 10 meters, on 11 meters. Anyway, that was Wes, KE4TWI in Possum Town. Who else is north? All right, over to the west.
KO4 OTV.
Yeah, you sound pretty good on this band as well there, Joel.
That's pretty good. I was running 5 watts.
Holy crap. That's it, really? Tonight's yard?
No, I just cranked it up to 50 there, but the first transmission was 5.
5 was just, all I could hear was just a little tiny bit of hash in there on that 5 watts.
Okay, now I'm on 5 again. Is it still okay?
Oh, it's perfect. Perfect. I wasn't watching the gauge. The gauge. Hit me again with that signal on 5 watts.
KO4 OTV, testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you're S5 here right now.
That's amazing. It's got to be this antenna I just put up about, I don't know, a couple months ago.
Put up another J-pole?
No, I actually never did install a J-pole. The guy I ordered that from took so much time I couldn't wait any longer, and then I ended up spending a bunch of money on a 220. I think that's what I was going to use that for, was a 220, and I spent a bunch of money on that, and that didn't work good either.
Yeah, well, that's how we learn. We spend a lot of money figuring out what won't work.
Well, it worked phenomenal on repeaters when I heard them, and I mean, I could talk all day, but for some reason on Simplex, man, it's hit or miss.
See, now you went to S10. I can tell you went to full power.
Yeah, I cranked it back up.
Yeah, I noticed. I know these things.
Well, that way other people can, hear me and not hear me. I just like messing with people.
Oh, yeah, that's good. So everything else good for you now that you got your work is kind of caught up?
Yeah, well, I may even be off, I don't know, a few days next week because of a few things. We've had a job get sabotaged, and they've got to figure out what they're going to do about it. It was some job I pulled downtown, I don't know, back in July, and the construction company we're working for over there doesn't have security on site. They have cameras over there, but I don't think they realized when it happened or anything. But I went back over there Friday to kind of, check it all back out, and all the locations where I had pulled to were some over 350 feet through hard ceiling, and which they are now definitely, but they weren't then. They were all, open ceiling at the time, but they chopped everything out of the MDF and IDFs, and all my locations were cut for all my coils, so I guess somebody needed that for scrap.
Oh, my gosh. That's awful. Yeah, you reminded me that when I was working construction, that was the biggest concern. You enjoyed working. You get used to working construction, but you always in the back of your mind said, this job's going to end, and where am I going?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it happens. I mean, and the thing is, they got several things in the works. I mean, we even got the Titan Stadium, and, that'll be not long from now. We're going to do all the security there, so we got, 987 doors to do, and that'll keep us busy for a while.
Wow, that's a lot. Who does the, I don't know, because a lot of the controls, the refrigeration, the air conditioning controls would also be wired. You're not doing those?
No, we're doing security only on this one. We'll give all the access control and cameras.
Oh, well, that sounds like enough.
Oh, it's more than you want.
Well, as long as it works, it's all good. I mean, it's funny when you look back in the past, not too far, and you see some of these older police videos from the 80s and 90s, and you look at, boy, their resolution, they didn't even know what resolution was, and there wasn't hardly any cameras out there to speak of except in some 7-Elevens and I don't know who else, but you know what I'm getting at is now it's everywhere.
Oh yeah, and the clarity is unbelievable. We do a lot of camera installs. We just did this place called the Weaver Center, which is a women's home over here in West Nashville, and we installed all kinds of very expensive 360 cameras out there, and some of those I looked up because I was curious, you know, because some of them have 4 on one camera. You know, they have 4 different angles you can hit with them, which they're not PTZ, so they're kind of stationary, but they cover, you know, each camera is a very wide, you know, 90-degree angle at each lens, so it's covering a very wide area. So I looked them up, and I think for one it was $2,400.
Oh man, Shevitz. Did they use any? We used to use a capacitive sensor for just motion control in this. It was in a very large art gallery, and so it would sense anything moving, but it was done capacitively.
Well, now they run through the cloud, so they run continuously. So and they got massive screens in these areas. So if anybody's walking by any of them at any time, I don't think anybody's watching them all the time. But they have a lot of alarms, and you can't get in this place unless you're badged in, or, I mean, it's kind of like you're trapped in this place. I mean, it's not like jail. You can leave anytime you want, but people coming in have a very difficult time.
You know, I heard somebody on the web laughing because, you know, that theft that took place of the, I don't know, some king's crowns, a couple of crowns from France. I don't know how much they were worth, but it was a daytime, and it was 7:30 in the morning, or something like that, and somebody broke in there, and the security was really bad, and they happened to mention, they go, a year ago they hired a new security director, and to be completely DEI, it was a woman, and so this is the first time big break-in at the Louvre happens a year later.
You know, it's funny you mentioned it. I thought, was it some big diamond heist I saw earlier where they dressed as construction workers and pretty much escaped out of a cherry picker, and that's how they got away.
Yeah, that's the one that was happening at the Louvre, the most famous museum. About like 1 million people a year go in there, maybe more.
Okay, I didn't know where it was at. I caught the end of it. I was walking out of the living room, and I saw it on. I said, wait a minute, what are they talking about? And it was like huge money, like a couple $100 million, I think.
I don't know. Where are they going to take a crown from a French king from 200 years ago? What pawn shop's going to pick that up?
I know. I don't know where the heck you'd sell any of that. Unless, I mean, I guess the black market, I guess, would be the only place.
Well, I don't know the details, but it was funny to me because just like a typical, not everything goes well in any project, but when you're stealing things, they seem to always go bad. They dropped one of the crowns and damaged it.
Oh, my God. That's one thing to take it, but to damage it, it's kind of a shame because, there's no telling how many centuries that goes back.
Well, if you see something, a crown for sale on Facebook, on what do they call that sales thing? I never go to it. Facebook. It says damaged crown going for cheap.
I think it's called Marketplace.
Yeah, that's it. So if you see that on there, just be wary. It's busted,
Well, good thing I deleted all my social media about 5 years ago, so I won't be a part of that.
Oh, yeah. You find better things to do with your time, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Well, I still get on YouTube, but that's about all as far as social media as I go, which is different on there. I'm on there learning stuff or watching interesting videos, not, sitting on there watching all the people that once were my friends and now become lunatics and have true really bad TDS, and it's amazing what happened the last 10 years.
Oh, yeah. I happen to like on one of the social medias I'm on that I rarely use, and I find women contact me, hey, how you doing today, Paul? I just, boom, you're gone, get out of here.
Yeah, a lot of those are, the bots are, just scams and stuff like that, too. I've had a lot of, I remember back when I had it, the messenger thing would go off a lot, and that would just, a lot of times it was just, I don't know, it was just somebody's, a lot of times their page had been hacked or something like that, but that was usually the
Yeah. Very good, Joel. You got anything else for the net?
No, that's it for me. Y'all carry on. I'll catch you on the next one. KO4OTV. Back to Ned.
Very good. That's Joel up there in the northwest Klondike. I don't know what we call it up there. West Ashland City. KO4OTV. Who else is north or west?
KG4LV.
Hello, Jack. Good to see you at breakfast this morning. Hey, I was just thinking, you thought, because you said about Mike getting the soft serve. Where else can you get soft serve and bacon in the same place?
And salad for breakfast.
I don't know. You saw me eating the salad and chili.
Hey, breakfast of champions.
Telling you. No, I just enjoy it because I don't normally get. Well, I get salad a lot. I mean, most days I eat a salad, but chili I don't get every day.
Well, it's good to see Mike at the breakfast. Good to see everybody that was there. And I don't have anything. I've just been watching football all afternoon and enjoying it because I don't watch NFL. But anyway, thanks for doing the net, and I'll let somebody else check in. KG4ILV, back to net control.
Speaking of football, did you watch any college?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I know you didn't see it because it wouldn't be broadcast locally here. But my brother contacted me that University of Buffalo, where he went to school, it's a big school there in Buffalo, and they were playing Akron, and I go, I didn't even know Akron had a football team, and so I looked it up, and Akron, you know how they have the Buffalo Bulls or Bulls. That was the Bills are the professional team, but the Bulls are the football team for the university. In Akron, they're what do you call it? They're I forget what they call them. They're whatever. They're called the Zips, and it's a kangaroo. And so I went on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, but I went on AI. I said, "What's with the Zips name? Where'd that come from? The Zips, it's like zipper heads. I mean, Zips. So you know what it was? They used to be called the Zippers, and they changed it about 75 years ago. I guess they realized that zippers was a bad idea.
It kind of sounds like a racial slur.
Yeah, but zippers is like what? Who would name a football team's, their mascot the Zippers? And now it's the Zips. Why would you even keep that name? What a dumb name, the Zips.
Yeah, I agree. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, very good. Anything else, Jack?
Nope, that's it. Thanks for doing the net. For LV.
Yeah, very good. That's Jack, and he's in Donaldson. Who else is west?
KC4 TNQ.
Very good, Charles. You sound good tonight.
Thank you, appreciate it. You as well. And I could see Joel's power difference here as well. It was phenomenal.
Well, it actually was double the S level, less units here, but I really wouldn't be able to tell if he stayed on 5 watts because it was that good a signal.
Yeah, like you said, you can just hear just a little bit of hiss, and but other than that, he's sounding real good, and he's always got good stories to tell.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait for he gets over involved at the stadium, huh?
Yeah. So that's about it for me, Paul. I ain't really got anything except for walking and exercise and trying to watch these calories.
Well, I'll encourage you to do so because I struggled with that. Oh man, I don't know how many times you've tried to lose weight, but I struggled with that up and down crap for years and years, and I just realized that I gotta just learn to have some discipline with it,
Yeah, well, it don't take much to knock you out of your discipline, but yeah, I've lost weight before, but I know how to do it. It's just doing it.
Yeah, well, I've heard some people, and it always cracks me up, and I'm not making fun of this, but I've heard people say, I just can't lose weight. No matter what I do, I eat nothing and I gain weight. And I go, I want to say, when they put people in the concentration camps, they all lost weight and they stopped eating, They ate very little, so they lost weight. How come you can't do it? So I know that they're cheating on their diet, Nobody gains weight and eats nothing.
Yeah, if you're not really watching it, those calories can sneak in on you, and then you just maintain.
No, it's true. If you're, and what I've learned to do, kind of, usually, I mean that nicely, is that if I have something that I shouldn't have been eating, like I'll eat too much ice cream, which doesn't happen a lot, I'll purposefully avoid eating something else, either later that day or the next day. I'll just leave something out that I would normally eat just to make up the difference.
Yeah, like I fixed chili today for our lunch, which actually turned into supper. So
really. Yeah. It's amazing, though, that you don't realize when I was eating normally, whatever that means, to me, I would have a breakfast with, nothing big deal, cereal, milk, orange juice. And then at lunch, I'd have maybe a sandwich or something. And then at dinner, I'd have a regular full meal. And you don't realize, but you're chewing up 3,000, 4,000 calories doing that. And you'd only need, 1,500?
Yeah, it depends on your body weight and how active you are, but, most men need around 2,000 calories. That's it. For women, probably about 500 less. So, it's all in how much you burn and how active your metabolism is.
Well, yeah, and also how active you are, being busy during the day. If somebody's idle all the time, it's a little tougher because you're not burning. Well, let's put it this way. I knew in what I did for a living in air conditioning, a human body, just on average, and again, it's just an average, is worth, actually, the amount of power is enough calories. It's the same if you just do the equation. It's about a 100-watt light bulb. It's like you're a 100-watt light bulb burning all day. That's how many calories you're chewing up, 100 watts.
Yeah, I've actually calculated how many calories I burn an hour just sitting around, but I forgot what it was now. I think it's around 60 or 70. I can't remember.
You're probably pretty close to that. You're right. But again, that's just normal stuff. And imagine how much you'll burn if you start thinking.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. They say your brain uses a lot of glucose.
I guess. I don't know. Mine seems to be stalled. Anything else for the net, Charles?
That's it, Paul. Thanks for checking me in. Y'all have a good evening. KC4, TNQ.
Yeah, that's Charles in West Nashville. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango, November, Quebec. We shouldn't talk about food when we're trying to lose weight. Who else is west? Over to the south.
K4 KFQ.
Hey, Tony, we missed you on the DMR net.
Oh, yeah. I forgot all about it. Me and the XYL were out on a short date.
Ah, very good. No, I knew it was something that you would not normally miss it, so I figured you're out doing something.
Yes, I was. Yep. No, we were supposed to have a star party tonight, but the mayor closed the dome, so we couldn't see. So we just decided to go out and eat.
That's a good thing. Good thing. How's the dome when it's closed?
It's like looking at the inside of a light bulb.
Yeah, I'm sure they need to put stars on the upper side of that, the dome, so that you can think you don't have a dome.
Well, that's just the way things go. Anyway, now, hopefully they'll open it up, and I'll get to go out and take some more pictures.
Yeah, that was a nice picture of that comet. It was similar to some others I'd seen, but I didn't look at the others. I looked at yours pretty closely, and that's pretty nice, but I didn't. The other people I saw with the comet, it was just. Could have been a snapshot for all I know, but I don't think it was. What kind of lens do you use for that camera to take that kind of picture?
It's Dwarf 3, and you can Google that. But it was tough sledding actually trying to get a picture here in beautiful downtown Smyrna because every freaking place you go has got street lights.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with you. So you were able to cut out that haze though that you get from the lights?
Not really, no. A lot of that's in post processing.
Well, that's what I meant. Is you were able to get it later?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, you did a nice job.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah. But thank you. But I hope to do better when it comes back in 1,000 years.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be much better by that time.
Yeah. Anyway, let me get out of the way. KF4 KFQ.
Very good. That's Tony in Smyrna. KF4 KFQ. If you haven't seen, you can go online. You can see lots of those comments that came by this past week. I said came by. Stopped over at my house. You can see those pictures. It's kind of neat to see a comment like that. Let's see who else. Anybody else, Sal?
Kilo India 4.
Okay, I got two in there, but I got David first. I'm waiting on Jimmy. How you doing there, David?
Hello, Mr. Paul. I'm doing very well. Good evening, everybody on the net. Just some info. I'm sure you probably know, but I ran across a link to the 146.415.net today, and it is parked. I was unable to view it. Over.
Wait a minute. What were you unable to look at?
Okay, the 146.415net.net. It is parked. GoDaddy.
Oh, yeah. I killed that thing. They can get most of that information from our front page. And I was paying for that for 5 years, so I decided I didn't want to pay it anymore.
Oh, okay. That's I understood. I do understand. Another thing, Paul, I was unable to hear the answer to the trivia question on the net Thursday night.
Oh, that was like 1905, I believe.
Was that what it was? 1905?
I believe so. It was. I thought it was 1919 because that was one of the answers. It was the wrong answer, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I was having a hard time hearing. I couldn't hear anything. I even tried to go on Facebook Live and watch it there and listen there, but I don't have a Facebook account, so anyway, it would let me tune in there for about 5 seconds, and that was it, and it would cut off again. 5 seconds of audio, that was it.
Well, that's right. You got, well, as you know, with the conditions in your antenna, you got to take what you can get, right?
That's right. I've barely heard anybody up north there on this net right now, and heard one over at West, and of course heard Tony good. So, but I can hear you loud and clear.
Ah, very good. You sound good too. Anything else for the net there, David?
Nothing else for the net. Thanks for what you do. 7:30, everybody. KI4NDN.
Very good. That's David in Reedyville. KI4NDN. November Delta November. There's only one November Delta November. I said it twice. Hey, Jimmy, I hear you out there.
Yes, sir, I am still here. Eagerly awaiting my turn to check in.
So you must have some big news.
No. No.
It's my wife says. She makes fun of us. She goes, that's all I hear is signal reports. Okay, you're 5'9". No, you got a good signal. You're worse than you were last week. I said, well, it's more than that.
I never asked how my signal was, and I never told you how yours is.
No, not in your case. I'm just saying in general. She goes, I've heard your net. I said, because she listens at work. Well, she's doing mail in the center. So I got to watch what I say.
Well, you know, the non-hams act the hams. What do y'all talk about? What any normal person talk about? Propagation, radios, antenna, feed points. The normal stuff.
Yeah, well, it's just about everything. I mean, like I said, that one QSO I heard, almost 20 years ago, with these two guys. I was in Florida, and they were in, I don't know where they were actually, I don't remember, but they were in the South somewhere. Two guys just jawing on HF about how they cook chicken wings, and somebody broke in and being obnoxious and said, these guys got $10,000 worth of radios and antennas, and they're talking about chicken wings. And I'm thinking, they can talk about any damn thing they want.
Oh yeah, I've talked about barbecuing and chicken wings and cooking chicken wings, eating chicken wings and saucing chicken wings. I've done that. I've talked about motorcycle riding. I've talked about shooting. Anything you can think of, ham radio is there for you. It's a wonderful hobby.
Well, that's what the answer really is. What do you talk to your friends about? It's the same stuff.
Absolutely. I love this. The last thing I'll say about it is that my ex-wife says, well, I can talk to people with my phone. I said, well, you're going to just dial up random numbers and in let's say Europe, and good luck with that. Tell me how many conversations you have.
Yeah, I heard. Well, one of the guys I knew at where I work, he saw that I had I had the ham radio magazine was sitting on my desk, and he goes, what is that? He picks it up and he opens it up. He says tech porn.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, I'll let you get back to that. There's a lot of people waiting to get in there, and I appreciate you picking me up. This is KE4 QYJ. Thank you.
Very good. That was Jimmy, and he's in Woodbury, Kilo Echo 4 Tango, Yankee Juliet. Anybody else south?
Kilo Echo 4, Sierra Yankee Victor.
Very good. We got Larry in there in Rockville. Larry, how many did you have? Did you have, 5 on D-Star?
Yeah, had 5 tonight.
Very good. You're a little scratchy, but I got a pretty good copy on you tonight.
Okay, Paul. Why don't you get on with it, man? KE4, that's one of me.
Yep, that's Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Larry in Rockville. He does the DMR net, the D-Star net at 7:15 or 19:15, as your choice may be, on 146.460 on D-Star. Simplex, of course. Anybody else out there, Sal? Let's see. I think I started from the east. No, I started from the north. Maybe I did start from the east. Go ahead, east. I think I got it east.
AM4YRS.
I was going to leave you out. Everything going all right, Michael?
Yeah, so far so good, Paul. Really enjoyed getting to come to the breakfast today. The food was great, and the soft serve was even better.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking about getting one for the house.
Now, that would be cool.
I was wondering, with all that hardware in there, which I have never, like you said, I said before, I can't imagine somebody having all that. Is there any discomfort at this point to you?
Actually, at this point, I can feel it, like when I sit back against the seat or stuff. I can feel it. It doesn't hurt or anything, but I can just tell it's there.
You must feel like Tin Man.
Well, I lost a lot of weight, so once I gain a little weight back, it'll probably get better.
I don't think you're supposed to gain it back, are you?
Well, I went from 224 to 207.
Oh, wow. Well, you wanted to lose weight, remember?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know I was going to have to go through such an ordeal to do it.
Well, even if you're doing it on purpose, without the surgery, it's still painful.
Yep, sure enough.
Anything else for the net tonight, Mike?
Nope. Paul, appreciate you doing what you do. Appreciate you covering while I was out, and I'll take back the net control.
Very good. That's Michael, KM4YRF. He's here in Mount Juliet. He fills in for me when I'm out of town or sick or just don't want to do the net, or my wife says I can't. No, she never does that. She never said that once, I don't think. No, she's never said that. But she's told me something would happen, and she'd say, I say, why didn't you just tell me? And she goes, well, you're on the radio. And I said, well, you're more important than the radio. And I think she finally learned that. But you can interrupt anything on the radio. Maxwell is more important than this. Anyway, I think everybody knows that, though. At least I hope they do. Not for me, for yourself. I mean, who else is any place anywhere or east?
Don't be late for the 10-meter net tomorrow night.
I got that Zoom call every Sunday, so I'll take a break from the Zoom call and check in.
All right, good deal.
I got people all over the country checking in, all the way from California and Pennsylvania, New York, and all points everywhere. Anyway, that was with my shipmates. I do a Zoom call with them. I have by the way, if we can ever do a conference, I've got a paid-for Zoom conference, unlimited time. Sometimes we get under for 3 hours straight. Anyway, if anybody has any questions, we can do a conference. Where am I? East. Anybody else east? Nobody else east? All righty. Hold on. So we're going to go. We don't have anybody else. We already started north, south, east, or west. So we're calling all stations, calling all cars, calling all dilly-dalliers, spuddlers, landlubbers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, lackeys, toadies, lackards, repeater, kerchunkers, shape-shifting, lizard folks, moon landing deniers, moon occupied by alien deniers, moon backside of the moon occupied by foreign mining companies, flat earthers, and the flat earth deniers, of course, and the scanner listeners, and the SDR donglers, preppers, end-time survivalists, and the Bigfoot believer crowd. Forget the unbelievers, because who would not believe in Bigfoot? Anybody else out there?
WB0NOO, good evening.
Hey, I was wondering where you went. You doing all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing fine. Got involved watching the ball game and forgot all about the net.
You were watching that Tennessee game?
Yeah.
How did it work out? I haven't watched it.
35 to 21 Tennessee.
45 to 21?
35.
What was the difference? I still like my story about that Akron team. Did you ever hear about the Akron football team, Akron University?
No, I'd never heard it.
That's the one that has their mascot is called they're called the Zips, Z-I-P, Zips. I think it's got to be I don't want to say the gayest, but it's pretty weird.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
Well, what's weirder?
I watched the
Vanderbilt game, which was a great game, and then Tennessee is, I don't know, it's a little boring. I mean, it's a high-scoring game, but it's a little boring. I don't know why.
Well, some football games are boring. Lots of events can be boring when there's. That's why when they brought soccer to this country back in the what years were that? 70s, middle 70s, into some of the major cities. We had one in Tampa, and there was one in Fort Lauderdale, and one in New York, and I think there was one in Atlanta. I'm not sure, but anyway, they made it so that it would be higher scoring because soccer is one of those sports that sometimes the score will be 1-0, and that's not. Crowds don't like that.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other night. To sit and watch 2.5 hours of a game and have it 1-0, and I'm thinking, I don't know how you can possibly get drunk at a game like that, but they sure do.
Oh, if you work hard, you'll get it done.
Yep. All right. Well, carry on. I'm probably back out again, but we'll catch you next week.
Very good. That's Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar, and he's up in Northwest Wilson, up by the beach, by the Cumberland. Who else is any place anywhere? The Zips. I guess they all have zip drives. I guess they all zip their files. What a stupid name. And it's a kangaroo is their mascot. Akron, Ohio, and it's a kangaroo is their mascot. Couldn't get any dumber than that. I'll tell them if I ever get up in Akron. Anybody else out there tonight?
It could be the Unzips.
I just I saw the Zip and I said, where would you get a name like Zip? What's the history in it? I went to AI. I don't think you heard me earlier. And I went to AI and it said they were originally called the Zippers, up until I think it was 1950, and then they changed it to Zips. And you think, so obviously they thought the Zippers was a stupid name then.
Roger that.
Anyway, I just gave you the history of the Akron team. I didn't even know there was a university there. All right, anybody else out there tonight? Please come now. All righty, we had 19 in there in 2 meters. Very good conditions tonight for most locations. Very, very interesting to listen to. Appreciate everybody. We're going over to 144.240, and so we'll see you there. All right, we got 144.240 Libra seconds from the north.
KD4GON.
Very good. You sound great on there, Danny. That's KD4GON up in Station Camp. Who else north? Anybody else north? Everybody else sleeping up north? Carlin, where the heck are you? Ah, there he is. KD4VUW. Very low signal. Were you copying him, Danny?
I can barely hear him.
Yeah, it was same here. It's very, very low. I could only hear, if I didn't have a headset on, I wouldn't be able to hear him. We got you in there, Carlin. KD4BUW in Angeltown, Bethpage. Who else? Anybody else north? Over to the west.
KG4LV.
Oh, man. After Carlin, you sound like you're yelling. Could you hear Carlin?
Yeah, barely.
Oh, yeah. It was just slim pickings on Carlin. That was Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor Jack, and Donaldson. Who else is west or north?
KC4 TNQ.
Yep, another voice from the wilderness, but a good one. That's KC4 TNQ. That's Charles in West Nashville. Anybody else? Anybody else west or south? Anybody, anywhere, please, or east. Come now.
KM4YRS. And I just wanted to tell you that Charles was S6 to me on 2 meters, which is unheard of.
Obviously, the conditions were good tonight. They really were nice. I mean, everybody had a good signal. Or mostly, you know. I mean, even I could hear Rockvale pretty good. Anyway, that was Michael, KM4YRF here in Nashville. We wouldn't be in Nashville. No, we're here in Mount Juliet, obviously. Center of the cultural universe right here. Who else is any place anywhere, including east? All right, not a very big night for the 2 meter upper sideband, or 2 meter, upper sideband. with only six. That's disgustingly low. Nobody else out there? All right, we're going to go over to 50.135, I believe. Yeah, 50.135. We'll see you there, K4PW. Alrighty, we're here on 50.135, looking for check-ins from the, wherever we started, north. KD4GON, got you in there, Danny. A little low, but a good copy. Who else is north? Anybody else north? Don't all yell at the same time. Going over to the west. Oh man, very low tonight. I got you in there, Jack, but it's if it was any lower, I'd have to drive over and talk to you. That's KG4ILV. Who else is west? Yeah, see, there's a nice signal right there from Joel up there in west of Ashland City. KO40TV. Sounds good. It is really at your elevation. Which antenna? I forget. Which antenna are you using for 6 meters? I'm telling you, that's fantastic, because usually a horizontal doesn't cut the mustard that well on something like this, but I guess it's partially your elevation that's doing the job.
Well, I tell you, man, they talk really high in these antennas online, and I couldn't wait to get one because of it, and I wish I had bought a second one.
Well, that's what I used. In fact, I built this, a first HF antenna I built. Yeah, it was a Carolina Wyndham, and it worked. I used it, and I built it it was built for low power, so I only used it for maximum about 15 watts, and man, I loved it.
Oh, they're phenomenal on just about every band except for 10 meters close to y'all, because I can hear everybody way off but not close. But yeah, this one will hold up to 3 kilowatts.
Oh, so you got the one that actually had wire in it. I think mine had some of that line trimmers, you know.
Yes, I know which one you're talking about.
Anyway, that was KO40TV. Who else is any place anywhere on 6 meters? All right, hold on one second. KC4TNQ, I got you in there. And that's Charles in West Nashville. And I heard KM4YRF. Man, you were really blasting me, but also it was kind of a scrambled signal, kind of noisy. Almost sounds like you're off frequency, Michael. What are you doing?
Maybe I went home in my mouth right.
Man, it's noisy. It almost sounds like you're getting feedback or something in the mic or something.
I don't know.
All right. Well, okay. Touch an appliance and then touch the mic with your tongue and see what happens. All right. All right. We had another 6 in here. Is anybody else in there? Was Michael KM4YRF? Anybody else on 6 meters here? Anybody, any place, anywhere? Please come now. I'm not hearing anything. Do you hear anything? Does anybody hear anything? All right, very good. We're going to go over to 223.415. So we'll see you there, and I'm going to close down the YouTube. Maybe I'll just let it run longer because I didn't start it soon enough. That doesn't help though. All right, I think Don was in there, Don Thorpe, but I didn't hear from Don. You didn't hear Don in there, did you? No, I guess not. All right, we're going over to 223.415. See you there. Appreciate everybody. Good night.